Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. And if you're listening to this on either platforms, please do go ahead and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place, and let's get into this conversation/reality chat. Oh my gosh. Okay. Real Housewives of Potomac, Candiace has reportedly been sued by Michaeldarby because of comments that she made on Real Housewives of Potomac. So I'm going to, just get into the story, and I'm going to share my thoughts on this because, guys, I'm not even going to say that I'm 100% surprised, and I'll get to that in a moment. But I am extremely... It's not funny because I've talked about how this country... And the more we get into the latter years of where we are, people and what they do in terms of the legal system and just filing lawsuits left, right, here and there because of things that people said. And I'm not saying that it's okay for people to say whatever they feel like saying about someone and it's a lie, especially if it's going to affect them financially, affect their business. But I'm just going to share this commentary. Okay, guys. Candiacedillardbassett of Real Housewives of Potomac, she has apparently been sued by Michaeldarby because of some things that she has said on the show. So, if you watched last season, and I remember it, she and Ashley, they got into some arguments, okay? And Candiace, she did a clap back at Ashley by going after Michael. And here's what I'm going to say to that before I get into the rest of it. She probably should not have went there, and that's why when I got the news about him filing a lawsuit against Candiace, I really wasn't that surprised by it because I cringed a little bit, even though I didn't think that she was telling just an outright lie about what she said. I feel that information that she said to Ashley was information that someone told her and that she heard about. It wasn't just she felt the need to come back at Ashley for things that she was saying, so she decided to make up just an outright lie out of the clear blue sky about Michaeldarby. So Candiace, she said to Ashley that allegedly, and she didn't say the word allegedly, so yeah. But anyway, Candiace, she alleged that he paid someone that she knows for certain services. She said, your husband likes to leave you and go to a man named, and it was bleeped out, go to their house and suck his bleep. And as you know, Bravo edited the names out and the part that he likes to suck on. So Michael, he wasn't here for it. So according to TMZ, he had sent her a cease and desist when he learned about the scene. But he's saying that she never retracted the statements. So he's saying that they're false, so now he's suing her for $2 million in damages. I don't know what damages he has sustained, but cease and desist, it means to stop what you're doing and to retract from what you have done. I don't really know if he made it clear to her how she was supposed to desist from doing that, because it wasn't like she went on a press tour to continuously allege that this is what he has been doing. So if he didn't, or the attorney that's representing him didn't make that explicitly clear, and they may have, I don't have the cease and desist letter in front of me, so I really don't know, because I know in my experience being a business owner, when I've had to have cease and desist letters sent out to either former employees or things like that, the desist portion is extremely explicit and explanatory to let them know what it is that they are supposed to desist doing. But again, these cease and desist letters at this point for some places can be just so much of a form letter that they may not have been explicitly clear in that stance of what they expected her to do, to retract the statements, not just to not continue saying them, because I haven't heard her say it except on that episode of the show, and it's because they aired it. Because honestly, if it never aired and it hit the cutting room floor in editing and they never put it on the show, then how would he even have known that she said it? So honestly, I don't know all of the details with regards to that. But the fact that he's suing her for $2 million, it doesn't surprise me, because if you go back to the season when Robin got engaged and they had the holiday party and / engagement party, and Michael Darby was really so pissed off that Juan decided to go through with proposing to Robin, because he, in my opinion, I feel like he wanted Juan for himself. A lot of people saw it, and there was a season reunion when Robin said that Michael said to Juan, I don't want to say she said that he said it to Juan, but she heard him say about Juan. He said, yeah, I would suck his bleep. Because Andy Cohen asked her, and she admitted it, and she didn't really seem that uncomfortable saying it, but she said it. Now, if she was lying, did he send her a cease and desist letter? There are also the allegations, and it turned out to be true. I don't remember, I should say, the extent of how far it went with regards to a lawsuit or charges being filed criminally about him grabbing a cameraman's booty, grabbing those cheeks. I don't recall him sending a cease and desist letter about that. So you've got the history with regards to that. Now, I don't know who this person is that Candiace knows, so I don't know if they would be willing to bring themselves out of oblivion. I'm not saying they're in hiding. I don't think that they actually are in hiding, because Candiace actually said the name, but Bravo chose to bleep it out. And I'm assuming maybe that person was asked to sign some sort of release or waiver, and maybe they declined, so they couldn't release it. I don't know. I'm just assuming. But Candiace said it. It was just bleeped out. I don't believe Candiace is lying. In my personal opinion, I don't believe that she's lying about that. I don't see Candiace as the type to just do a Giselle where she would just make up a complete lie for the sake of trying to get back at someone or hurt their feelings. Ashley's life has been a complete embarrassment. So Candiace, there was really no need for her to make up a lie to try to hurt Ashley. And because Ashley is the type that tries to come for other people's relationships, like she tried to do in this past season by trying to insinuate that Chris was trying to hit on her by sending her at what she called it a DM, when it actually was not a DM. It was a response to an Instagram story that she did where she was, I guess, posting about being out with a friend, night out on the town or whatever. And because he was working as a manager at this new hotel in the area, he was just responding to the story to say, you all should have come to the whatever the name of the hotel was. But she tried to make it seem as if he sent her as a direct message and saying, hey, I have a room at this hotel. Meet me up in the lobby and we can go back up to the room and we can make this happen. Like, that did not happen at all. But Ashley tried to make it seem like that was what Chris was trying to do. And she said, he works at that hotel, right? And so when it comes to this situation, right, Ashley and Candiace, going back to the holiday party that Robin and Juan had, and Juan proposed to Robin, when Candiace got into that heated argument with Karen, Chris was at the bar, Michael was at the bar. Michael made that moment to try to get up in Chris's face and check him about Candiace, saying, you need to learn how to control your wife. And Chris wasn't trying to have it, and he got up on Michael. He like hemmed him up. And like who the F do you think you're talking to? Like, that's what Chris was saying. And they had to wind up kicking Michael out of the party. Michael never got over that. So in that next season after that, when Karen and her husband, Ray, I'm sorry, I almost forgot his name, were renewing their vows, and they were at the reception, wedding/reception, Chris was trying to make it be like water under the bridge. He was trying to be cordial, and Michael was just like stoic face. He's always stoic face anyway, but just like stone face. He refused to budge. He didn't want to hear anything Chris had to say. He was trying to be conversational, just have small talk, be apologetic, and try to let that be water under the bridge. And Michael did not want to let that go. And Juan was trying to break the ice, and Michael just wasn't here for it. So Michael had it in for Chris and Candiace ever since that party that Robin and Juan had. And then thereafter, when Candiace called Michael Ashley's handler. Yeah. And, a few other choice words she's used with regards to Ashley and the Michael situation. But Michael is also pissed because when you go back to the season, Monique's last season, when they were at one of Monique's vacation homes, Candiace, although she could have been messy about it, and some people felt that she was messy about it because she did it on camera, but it was happening in real time. So it wasn't like a Giselle situation where she waited 8 months or a year later until they were filming again to bring up a situation that happened many, many, many months prior. It was happening in real time. So when she got the information about Michael being at a hotel with another woman, Candiace told Ashley about it, and it turned out to be true. Michael's still pissed about that. So it has been his goal from all of those things that have happened from then up until now to try to use a situation to try to come back at Candiace and by proxy, Chris. He doesn't like any of them, and he doesn't really like himself. He doesn't even really like Ashley, to be honest with you, but that's another story maybe for another time. But this story does not surprise me. I really hope and pray that Candiace has good counsel. I hope and pray that they can pull all of these situations that have happened on the show that we know about. And also, I hope and pray that the person that she knows about will reveal the information so that it can be confirmed, because if it's true, it's not defamation. And also, when it comes to defamation, there has to be some standing on you can prove that this actually damaged you financially. And sometimes I think people just go back to the Cardi B and Tasha K situation where, in my honest opinion, I don't believe that anything that Tasha K said, even if it was not the truth, I'm just saying, damaged anything that Cardi B had going on financially. But I just believe that they were trying to make a statement. And unfortunately, in the justice system, a lot of things happen like that, where the big top dog or the person with the money, they win. Rarely does the underdog win. So it didn't really shock me or surprise me in that way. But what I am saying is that with this situation, I'm really hoping that Candiace is able to get what she needs to respond to this. And hey, maybe do a countersuit and add Ashley in that situation, because some things that they have said and done have not been cool when it comes to their relationship and their marriage. So hey, maybe do a countersuit. I'm just saying, I don't know, guys, but I really just wanted to get your thoughts about this. Share mine, honestly. And I really hope for the best for Candiace, but when she did say that information, when she was responding to Ashley, even though Ashley was trying to go there about her husband, and it's hard, I guess. I've never been on a reality show and I never care to be, but I'm pretty sure it's hard to be on these reality shows and not go there with these people when they come at you in that way. But ultimately, even if the reality is somewhat played up or unscripted reality, but technically it is scripted, I believe sometimes you just have to remember you're still living present day in real life, and you don't want to allow these cat fights or these arguments, bickering back and forth, all that other stuff to get the best of you. And I'm hoping that it gets dismissed, just like Monique and the Candiace situation, when Candiace pressed charges against Monique and it just kind of canceled it out. I'm hoping that this will happen for her as well, that this will just get canceled out, because this is just really ridiculous. I don't have any proof, but I don't believe that Candiace would just outright make up a lie about something like that. I believe that somebody told her that information and she shared it. And that's just my belief on it. Whew. Because honestly, if anybody could be filing a lawsuit right now, it could definitely be Chris filing a lawsuit against Giselle, and maybe even adding Robin to the mix of that, but definitely against Giselle, because when he says that what has been said about him and he's been accused of and brought to his doorstep about things that he never did, and it affected his relationships and business opportunities and him making money, that's definitely a cause for a lawsuit. But unfortunately, in this world that we live in, a lot of times those of us who want to be the bigger person, and we're just not going to go there with these people and just let it go, and hopefully things will turn back around and come back on them, which it eventually does. I'm not saying it doesn't, but he has every right when it comes to his business and his affairs, with regards to him bringing in revenue, is affected by someone like Giselle just putting some information out there like that and making it seem as if he is a predator and he was trying to do something with her, and that just wasn't even true. So they definitely have cause, in my personal opinion, but I don't know if they're going to go there. But Michael definitely has, and I'm sure Ashley is somewhere smiling about it. She probably even encouraged him to do it. I'm just being real. You guys already know how she is. She can't stand Candiace. She really doesn't like Candiace, and she's definitely jealous of Candiace. She is. She is. Because when you bring it back to the colorism issue, like I spoke about in a previous conversation / reality chat about Giselle, Robin, and Wendy, when someone who is of darker skin tone is what we see living better or living well above someone else who is of a lighter skin tone, and we see them on the struggle bus, sometimes that high and mighty light-skinned mind may feel as if that darker skinned person doesn't deserve what they have, and why am I in the state and that person? It happens subconsciously. I'm not even saying that it's something that they're just thinking on their own. It's a subconscious thing. And I believe that Ashley is jealous of Candiace because she feels that the life that she has had to lead, it should be a life that someone who is darker than her, like Candiace, should be living, versus Candiace living a life where both her mother and father have taken very good care of she and her siblings, and they have lived well, and she calls it, generational wealth, and she hasn't had to struggle, and her parents have helped to take care of her, pay for her wedding, helped her with her home and all that other stuff before she got married, and even after she got married, until she and Chris decided to step out on their own and buy their own house. I'm just saying, Ashley can't stand Candiace for those reasons. It definitely is jealousy there. So I just wanted to talk about it, guys. I would really love to know what you guys think. So let me know your thoughts respectfully in the comment section below. Thank you again for subscribing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you hitting that like button. I am Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.